Court calls the case of the People versus Jeremy Shue.
Caitlin Kirby for the People, covering for Fawn Armstrong.
Who is it? Mr. Collins? Mr. Shue, state your name.
My name is Jeremy Shue. I would also like to, before we proceed, I would like to state a conflict of interest with the attorney.
Mr. Shue, can you please wait a moment?
Hold on one moment, Mr. Shue. Mr. Collins, put your appearance on, please.
Yes, Stuart Collis on behalf of Mr. Shue. Your Honor, I had an hour-long discussion with Mr. Shue yesterday, and after discussion, my client indicated to me that he wished to have a preliminary exam by Zoom. But it appears that Mr. Shue has now had a change of heart, and I don't know what he's about to say regarding conflict of interest.
Mr. Shue, what do you want to tell me?
What I want to tell you is, I believe there's a conflict of interest with the counsel. I believe the counsel is more adding to the. I'm trying to think how to phrase this. He basically told me I was guilty of the charge that I'm not guilty of, that I have evidence that I'm not guilty of at our initial meeting. And he said, oh, he would represent me no matter if I was guilty or not, but he feels I'm guilty. So there's a conflict of interest. I have the evidence in front of me that I'm not guilty of this case.
But hold on, Jeremy. Hold on a minute.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes attorneys are looking at stuff. Part of their thing is to give you their honest opinion about it. That doesn't mean that they're not on your side fighting for it, and they're going to present your case. So I don't see this as a conflict of interest. And you have to understand also, Jeremy, just let me finish, that's a conversation that's occurring between the two of you. It's not something where, until you just said it, presuming Mr. Collins may have said it, that would have been said on the record anyway by Mr. Collins. So I'm not going to permit any type of withdrawal at this point because I don't see it as being a conflict.
All right, if that's the court's opinion, I would like Mr. Collins to be standby counsel. And yes, I do want.
You want to represent yourself?
Yes.
Jeremy. How long have we been dealing with each other?
Too long, sir.
Ever, right? Forever.
Too long,
right?
Yes.
And the thing is, Jeremy, sometimes, and I'll just say this to you because you know I'll say it to you anyway. Sometimes you make decisions and you just do it because you're hard-headed.
I
right?
understand. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying, right? Because we
Yes,
had to go round and round a few times way back
Yes,
because you got hard-headed, realized my head was harder, and I won. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. I don't know, Jeremy, you always, you know, you had the right to represent yourself.
Yes.
But I'm just going to tell you, you can certainly make, I'm going to leave Mr. Collins in. I'm not going to have you represent yourself at this point. If you want to set for preliminary examination, then I'll set it for preliminary examination, let you think about that decision. Okay, Jeremy, I think it's a bad, I'll be honest with you, I think it's a bad call, but it's your call if that's what you want to do. But I think it's a bad call for you.
Okay.
All right. But you're going to do what you want to do anyway. But, you know me, I'll tell you how I feel about it. And I just think it would be a bad call on your part.
And I appreciate you telling me how you feel, and I appreciate you giving me your candid responses. Maybe this matter will be resolved. Maybe this matter will be resolved by the time preliminary exam comes.
That's right. You never know, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you want it set for preliminary examination. You want it in person or via Zoom?
I'd like it via Zoom because the victim don't have a transportation at this point. So I
Okay.
feel that she
So-
needs to be.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Now, this isn't the only thing holding you, is it?
No, Your Honor.
No,
he's got
no,
one
sir, it is not.
more.
I had. Yeah, they gave me a probation violation for telling Judge Freshour I was going to sue her, which I have no bond on. I have a $10,000 bond on a domestic.
Okay. All right.
On a
Well,
first domestic, mind you.
I have a
misdemeanor.
feeling, Jeremy, that's
Like
probably
70.
not the only. I have a feeling that's probably not the other thing you said, because to the extent you could sue her, she's got insurance. So I don't think that would have worried her. I think there was something else, but that's okay. When do you have a hearing coming up on? I know you're dealing with the other matter, the stuff over with Judge Freshour. I'm just trying to time everything out. Is there a hearing set?
I have a hearing on the 8th in front of Judge Conklin. I don't know. I've seen him once for
Conklin.
first. Yes, sir.
Okay.
8th and the 9th is my two next court dates.
8th and the 9th.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Is the case, okay, folks, let me ask you this. Is the case out of 1484 related to this case?
Yes, sir, directly.
No, Joey.
And it's up for final settlement conference on the 9th.
What time on the 9th?
One moment.
Is it in the afternoon?
One moment, Your Honor. That is in the afternoon before Judge Freshour at 1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock. All right, let's do this then. Once a preliminary examination via Zoom, we'll set it for August 9th, 2022, 9 a.m. And that will be before Judge Burke.
Your Honor, I do have a bond request as well, please.
Yes, go ahead.
Ms. Armstrong made me aware that he's been calling the victim's phone number. Although the victim's phone number was blocked from his account, he is reaching her by calling a man named Jeff, who was their roommate or would still be their roommate if Mr. Shue was out. There was 2 jail calls, one on June 23rd, one on June 27th, before and after the arraignment. 22 calls to the victim's number between June 1st and June 27th. And then on June 29th, the defendant called and spoke to the roommate, Jeff, and spoke with the victim twice. This is likely going to be a witness tampering case. Mr. Collis has requested the jail calls. He has 2 of them so far, and Ms. Armstrong has contacted the officer in charge to get the rest uploaded to evidence.com. So even though the victim's number was blocked, he's still calling her in different measures. So we would ask for no use of phones except to contact his attorney.
All right. I'm looking through some communications that I received. I thought.
Your Honor, may I speak?
That, well, hold on, Mr. Shue. I just want to answer this. I thought that in the matter before Judge Freshour, at least as I'm reading this, that his phone privileges were revoked at that
Completely.
point. That's what my understanding was.
So he has, my understanding from Ms. Armstrong, this is her matter, is that it was just the victim's number was blocked. So I was not aware that he had no use of phones.
No,
at all.
I'm being treated like I'm a prisoner in Gitmo.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Shue.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Stop. Okay, so I'll just indicate what I have here. I have a communication. I don't have any of the orders in front of me, but I have from
See 'em.
Mr. Shu. Let
Okay,
me finish. Let me finish. That they received an order from Judge Freshour revoking Jeremy Shu's phone privilege.
That covers that. Thank you.
And that's the communication. I received that from Sergeant Arnett. That was sent to Laura Wilbring on July 5th.
Okay, thank you.
And that's what I have here. So,
I've noted it in this file. Thank you.
okay, and I don't know that I need it to do anything else. Mr. Shu, was there anything else you wanted to say? I think
Yes,
we
sir.
but
The only
go
thing
ahead.
the only thing I would like to say, sir, is their alleged victim is my current fiance, which I am being prevented from marrying all over an argument. The victim, their alleged victim has never once called and said I've threatened her, I intimidated her.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on, Jeremy, I'm not here to try the case. Okay.
No, I completely understand. I just wanted to say one last thing, and I'm sorry, sir.
Go ahed.
The last thing that I wanted to say, sir, and again, I apologize. The victim on the phone calls, their alleged victim.
Mr. Shu, I wouldn't talk about this.
Has stated numerous times.
Jeremy,
I'm done.
Jeremy, hold on. I'm gonna stop you because now you're starting to talk about factual circumstances involving the case, and I don't want you to do that. Okay.
Okay. I apologize.
You
sir.
know I'd hear what you have to say, but I'm not gonna. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just make bad decisions.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm sorry.
All right. So it's set for this Tuesday before Judge Burke, 9 a.m. via Zoom. His bond will continue as set. Thank you, folks.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir. God bless you.
You do the same, Mr. Shu.